嘉宾是白手起家的经典代表。多年以前，他怀着寻找财富的梦想离开了印度，在29岁那一年成为了百万富翁。如今，他创立的航海燃油供应公司年收入超过40亿美元，为航海船舶提供燃油，给 Robert Chandran 带来了源源不断的美金。从儿童时代开始，这位出生在印度的创业家就对石油生意兴趣浓厚。
It started with me reading about John D. Rockefeller, and if you look at the oil business, it is a romantic business. These rednecks going into nowhere land in Texas and punching a hole in the ground and gushers coming out of it, and along with it, they risk their life with fires and blow-ups and everything else. I've always found this fascinating business in the sense that how it rearranged the 20th century.
如今 Chandran 在航海燃油行业迅速崛起，他的公司是全球船舶的加油站。虽然没能像儿时梦想的那样生活在油田里，57岁的 Chandran 认为他现在的生意也一样刺激。
I'm driving a Ferrari at 180 miles an hour or 200 miles an hour, like Michael Schumacher. If I take my eye out, this car will hit the wall.
有着远大抱负的 Chandran 出身卑微，在印度学习了化学专业以后，他到菲律宾读了 MBA 学位，后来进入一家化工企业工作。1976年 ，Chandran 前往美国，开始了寻找财富的旅程。不久以后，他就掘到了人生第一桶金，在29岁那一年成为了百万富翁。
We were in the business school when I was 22, and they all asked what you want to be, and I was so poor. When I said I was going to be a millionaire by the age of 30, the whole class laughed, including me, and I thought it was kind of funny at that time. But I think it made into a goal, and I had put a little write-up and stuck it in front of my desk, and it became something to shoot for.
他把目光锁定在航海燃油领域，并在1981年成立了巨能化油公司。Chandran 说，误打误撞发现了市场真空点。完全靠的是运气和本能。
I think luck is a big part of it. I think it is. See, entrepreneurs can't figure out why it happens to them, but they know when they are in the place, they choose a path.
You started a bunkering business at a time when there was a shipping crisis. Did you not think of the risks involved?
Fools rush in where angels fear to tread. That's about the truth of entrepreneurs are. Yes, I walked into the market when the shipping crisis was at full flight, and I got hit with a receivable. We were $120,000 capitalized. The first receivable was $100,000 that reneged on me in 2 months from that startup. And I thought I was really ready to go down on that one.
Did you ever think of giving up?
Never. I have no other place to go.
下定决心继续经营航海燃油业务以后 ，Chandran 到处游说，和一些业内最难搞的客户签订了协议。经过多年发展，巨能化油已经成为世界上最大的航海燃油独立供应商。但是，这艘油轮的航程并不是一帆风顺。
You say 1993 was a defining moment for Chem Oil. The company was saddled with $250 million worth of debt. What drastic steps did you have to take to pull the company through?
The banks put me in a workout group to start with, and immediately your life is changed. Our existence is month to month. So our managers, even one of the managers came and suggested to have all our salaries cut by 10%, guys who are making more than $50,000. I was amazed by it that they were willing to do that. And also you closed offices, you laid off people, you brought it into a core business, and we produced 14 months of continuous profitability from there on.
Today, Chem Oil is the world's largest marine fuel oil supplier. Having built a substantial part of the business in the U.S., you moved the company as well as your family recently to Singapore. Is Asia where all the growth is for you today?
My view is the opportunities are here. It's in China, it's in Vietnam, it's in India, it's in the other parts in the Middle East, and I think in the near area, this is an ideal place to be here.
You took the company public on the Singapore Exchange late last year. It was your second attempt to do so, after pulling out just 2 months earlier. You've been quoted saying, personally, it was kind of shameful. What happened?
I think it was shameful. It was not kind of shameful, it is shameful because it didn't reach our objectives. And then we pulled out and we sat there and regrouped and we thought about it, and I think everybody around us was so sure we'd be successful, there was no contingency plan. What if it didn't happen? If there was a contingency plan, there would have been a conversation of saying at what step we stop the thing and redo it again. And that was, I think, the biggest mistake we made.
好，稍事休息，广告之后，聚能化油的 CEO Robert Chandran 将告诉大家如何为储油罐等大型项目融资。亚洲经营者稍后见。我们今天的嘉宾是聚能化油的 CEO Robert Chandran， 他的公司是全球船舶的加油站。去年年底，聚能化油在新加坡交易所上市。在这个必须依靠巨大供应量来获取利润的行业里，聚能化油如何进行整合，在壳牌和埃克森美孚的压力下生存呢？
The oil industry is a high-volume, low-margin business. You've made it clear you want to take an integrated approach to bunkering. What made you decide on this strategy?
If you look at our business, it is about 4% gross margin. Once the integration happens, you can double the margin very easily. And that is our strategy at this point in time, is to almost work towards doubling the margin.
Just this year alone, you've been busy acquiring hard assets like storage terminals and tankers. You spend a lot of money. It's a very capital-intensive exercise. How will you finance these investments, given the current problems in the credit markets?
I think the credit market issues have become problems for money market type of components. But there are still financial institutions willing to lend. We have also had private equity guys who approached us and said, would you like, they all thought we may need funds, so they've approached, would you like to take convertible debentures type story.
So you have people knocking on your door then?
It's not that bad.
Operating such an extensive fleet means you get hit by high oil prices. How much hedging can you do to bring down your fuel costs?
Very little, though. The thing is, it is like riding a wave. If the sea goes up, you go up with it, and the sea goes down, it goes down with it. So it is a marginally disruption for you for the oil in your tanks. Otherwise, it has very little impact on you. The operation of the tankers, it is the same for everybody else. So the freight kind of adjusts itself.
So you are able to pass on that cost to your customers?
Yes.
You are competing now with big giants like Shell and ExxonMobil, as well as regional players like Hin Leong Trading. You say you're always afraid that somebody will take away your business. How do you stay competitive in this business?
I think in this one, I'm like Singapore government. I think I have always this fear that somebody is going to put me out of business or I'm out of business.